Yeah, me. Yeah, yeah. Good job.
So recording.
And see what Mike's.
Yeah. Thanks to everybody.
Just a FYI, the drain stenciling program, we're gonna get a final confirmation of the meetup location. It's gonna be one or another spot. We thought it was here, but it may not be. So if you have volunteered, please watch your messages. And if you're still thinking about doing it, it'll be in the weekly message next week and should have the firm location included. If you have any other questions, ask Anne Marie. Okay, well, we are going to get started with some exciting things. We have a new member induction, and then we're going to do a Paul Harris Fellow today. So I would like to invite Rob Bennett and Mike Dale and Mr. Governor Catherine to join me. It's going to be a group effort. We are doing Mike Nadeo's induction, obviously. Even though Rob hasn't been around lately, he's still an active member. So. And Dawn, are you taking pictures?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. So, okay, so Mike, I'm going to get started here to read this through. The ideal of Rotary is service, and our motto is service above self. The object of this club and all Rotary clubs is to encourage and foster this ideal as a basis of worthy enterprise. In particular, we encourage and foster the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service, high ethical standards in business and professions, the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life, and the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace throughout the world. Mike, you are now part of this effort. Accordingly, as we welcome a new member to our club, it is an opportunity for all of us to remind ourselves that we are judged by the Rotary four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Please join me once again in the four-way test. Is it the truth? Is it Mike, please remember that you have been admitted not only into the Rotary Club of Flint, but into a worldwide association. And by virtue of your membership in this club, you are welcome into the Fellowship of Rotary Clubs around the world. Fellow Rotarians, please welcome our newest member. And I'd like to invite Rob to say a little bit about Mike.
Hey, hi. Well, I'd like to introduce Mike to the club. Most of you probably know him. For those of you that don't, he's Mike's a local guy, grew up in the Grand Blanc area. And went to Mott College, went to Northern Michigan University for college. Lives in Grand Blanc, has a wife Sarah and a son Elliot, who's starting second grade at Grand Blanc. Mark, what's your name? Mike. Super involved in the community, very philanthropic. He used to be a small business owner, had a photography studio in downtown, and recently has taken a position with Habitat for Humanity. He's done many things since he's been there, put on a golf tournament, the Steel Day race in Fenton. And I think he's organizing another golf outing in October, along that with all the things Habitat does in the community. So he'll be the epitome of Rotary. He's going to be what we set our standards for, and I think he'll be an excellent member of the group. And I'm happy to call him my friend and happy to call him a Rotarian. Welcome to the club, Mike. Thank you.
So Mike,
Thank you.
Catherine has your welcoming gifts. And it'll be fine if you're not wearing it all the time.
Right.
And a Rotary mug that includes the 4-way test. And a certificate. Can I take
Yeah.
the two of these for our newsletter?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Rotary.
Thank you.
Welcome to Rotary. Hey. Oh, there she is. With Don Latta in the corner. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, next, we have a Paul Harris Fellow to award to past president Anne Marie Van Dyne. I'm going to share a little bit about our founder. The Paul Harris Fellowship is named for Paul Harris, who founded Rotary with 3 business associates in Chicago in 1905. The fellowship was established in his honor in 1957 to express appreciation for a contribution of $1,000 to the humanitarian and educational programs of the Rotary Foundation. Those programs include an array of projects that save and invigorate the lives of people around the world and enhance international friendship and understanding. Since its inception, our 1 million Paul Harris Fellows, over 1 million Paul Harris Fellows have been presented. I wonder how up to date this is. You can see if that number should be increased. Foundation programs provide educational opportunities, food, water, healthcare, immunizations, and shelter for millions of persons. These activities are funded, implemented, and managed by Rotarians and Rotarian clubs around the globe. Rotarians may also designate a Paul Harris Fellow to recognize another person whose life demonstrates a shared purpose with the objectives and mission of the Rotary Foundation to build world understanding and peace. We move closer to a more peaceful world today as Anne Marie becomes a Paul Harris Fellow. Anne Marie, will you please join us? Anne Marie, your contribution to the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International is easing suffering, improving living conditions, and providing educational opportunities for young people somewhere in the world. This is a truly selfless action. Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to present to you on behalf of the trustees of the Rotary Foundation these three emblems of a Paul Harris Fellow. And actually, Catherine's going to present them to you. The certificate. Sorry, I had to find my place. A lapel pin. Sorry, I should have taken that off. And a medallion. The certificate states that you have been named a Paul Harris Fellow in appreciation of tangible and significant assistance given for the furtherance of better understanding and friendly relations between peoples of the world. We urge you to wear the Paul Harris Fellow pin to all Rotary events as a symbol of your appreciation for and support of the programs of the Rotary Foundation. Please accept congratulations and sincere appreciation for your commitment to our common goals of world understanding and peace. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and recognize our newest Paul Harris Fellow. No. Okay, just a little bit of club business. I want to give a shout out to David Smith, who has graciously accepted the role of membership chair. Yeah, that's correct. Membership committee. He's winning, yeah. Don't worry, we'll go easy on that. So, yeah, let's work him hard and try to hit some of our new member goals this year and see how much he can keep up. Just another mention about dues. If you haven't paid those, please get them in soon. And once again, if you're coming to a meeting, you can take care of that at the front desk. And then our philanthropy pledge forms are ready. They're going to go out in an email. Plus, we'll have some hard copies at the next meeting. It's a PDF form. If you have any difficulty with it, just let me know. But you can fill it all in. And there's a field for signature, which you don't have to actually sign your name. You can do that. You can type that in. So, and she's not here, but shout out to Elizabeth Jordan, who assisted with it. And then the Rotary Mile tomorrow, bright and early with a delicious breakfast at McJay's. I don't think it's too late to sign up.
I took Duncan's call this morning, so no.
Okay. Not too late.
What's for breakfast? What's for breakfast? Here.
Bloody Mary's
for breakfast.
So please come, and we know that some of our Rotarians are running or walking, and it'll be nice to see them and give them a shout out and encouragement while they participate in the crim. And also you can bring, someone with you to help. So, you know, the more the merrier. And thank you to Mike for everything that he
There's a new
does.
costume this year, so you gotta start.
Okay, we want to see.
Just bring somebody out at the intersections, you have to be over 18. If it's below 18, they can go to the water station, but that's a requirement.
Okay, and also remember that this is a, area-wide,
Area 7.
initiative, so we're gonna be with, Rotarians from our other fellow clubs. And that'll be another great way to network and get to know, the Rotarians in our area, if you haven't had a chance to visit other clubs yet, or, you know, just to see who else is involved. Let's see. I won't forget Rob, it's the last thing, so. Health and welfare, does anyone have any health and welfare to report? You're thinking about that. I do want to mention, and Dominique is not here today, but his father passed away about a week and a half ago. So if you see Dominique, we want to just send him a message of condolence. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. And then for guests to be welcome, of course, Al Tucker's joining us today with DJ Catherine. And also want to welcome back Heather Marco, who was a guest of Joe last, well, she's a guest of Don today. And so welcome back, Heather. Great. So 50-50, I would like to invite Rob Bennett up. And we need someone to draw a ticket.
That's never done.
For third place.
827-749-827.
All right, good sign. The son who thought Rotary was, these messages were going to a spam folder.
Oh.
768. 749-768.
Was good.
What's with you?
All right, first place.
749-828.
This is Steve.
828. All right.
Drawing from third place again.
Spread the wealth.
The son's keeping first place. Smart.
Remember you kept all three?
Yeah.
Well, I was not technically-
No,
I was,
he's holding tickets for,
I was holding tickets for Fred. Fred won twice.
799.
Hassan, I want that.
It's fair. $5. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Well. So, one of life's lessons I learned from Gusson. I was sitting with him at a Rotary meeting and I don't think either one of us won the 50-50 that day, but someone gave back their winnings. And Gassan said, I hate when they do that. He said, it ruins the game. And then that ruined it for me. Well, now I cannot give money back. And then. Anyway. I'm more apt to keep it now. So. All right, 50-50. Then we have birthdays, but we only have two August birthday folks. Bill Beck and Kathy Gonser. Imagine that, August. Not very many birthdays, so happy birthday to them. I think we'll skip the singing because we sang already today and we want to get going here. So I now would like to, I always forget these slides, sorry. Okay, let's get on to our speaker. If you please join me, and Al will do the introduction for Catherine, and I'm gonna switch to her slides, but I just want you to see the cute slide that I put together. But I'll switch over to her slide.
No, everybody spent 30 seconds, look at, isn't that a good slide? Yeah, is that Alan here? Yeah, no, the rule on that, I've been told, not sure, that usually the ladies like a nice hunk to go down with. I don't think I qualify as a hunk. So, without further ado, good afternoon, Flint Rotarians. My pleasure. I'll give a short introduction. I have a formal bio for Catherine, but I find out that much on this bio she's going to cover in her presentation. So I'm just going to share with you a few highlights about Catherine and her life that isn't in there. So first off, Catherine joined Rotary by joining the Rotary Club of Stratford, which is still her home club, in 2003, as she wanted to give back to the community that supported her young family. But once she got in Rotary, all sort of vistas opened up, and she'll share with you some of those vistas. She's very good and very, has a strong passion for two items within Rotary. First, membership. So David, talk to her. Secondly, international service. She's participated in international service. Her children have participated in international service. You'll hear a lot about that. And that's something that actually she'd like the American side of the district be a bit more involved in. Just something about her personal, because you don't usually brag about yourself that much, but personally, Catherine is the mother of three, grandmother of two younger sisters. So she's now moving to the grandparent role, and two dogs of medium build on there. She lives on a small farm near Stratford, and she has a little outbuilding. It's called the Diva Den. If you ever have an opportunity to visit Catherine, go to the Diva Den. It is quite the woman's cave. She holds an honors degree, honors BA, in both exceptionality in human learning and crime and deviation from the University of Toronto. She's certified yoga instructor and professional photo organizer. She enjoys volunteering with the Stratford Rotary Hospice, traveling, which makes sense since she's been in the Flint area since Tuesday and will be with us tomorrow at the Prim, so we'll see her there. But in addition to that, skiing, there's a lot of skiing in Ontario, genealogy and yoga. So, without any further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Catherine Hahn, our district governor.
Let's make sure that's not gonna work. Okay. There we go. Okay, that'll work. Okay, sorry. Excuse me, I just need to make sure the tech piece is working. So while I'm setting up here, let me just say thank you for having me here today. More importantly, thank you for all you do for Rotary. You know, the good things that Rotary does, it all starts right here, right? At members and the club level. I know the things that you do in the community make a huge difference, not only for yourself, but for the community as well. You are a club that has a lot going on. You seem to be extremely organized, and goals are very important to you. And so I am pleased to present to Anne Marie your citation for last year. When you do your goal setting, there are 26 goals that you try to meet. If you reach 13 of them, you receive your citation. So well done, club. And Anne Marie, thanks for your leadership and guidance. Okay, so I began this journey to be standing here in front of you. Can you hear me okay, by the way? Told I'm a quiet speaker. About 2.5 years ago is when I began this journey as the district governor nominee designate. At that time, I thought I knew quite a bit about Rotary. Turns out there's a lot more to learn about Rotary than I anticipated. So it's been several years of learning and more learning. I had a lot of mentorship from past district governor Mike Chafee, who's here with us today. Thanks, Mike. He's also been my host for the week. So it's been a couple of years of learning, and then turning that around and doing the facilitation and the training for our president-elects. And it's been an amazing ride. Yeah, a lot of work, but if I had to do it over again, if someone asked me if I'd do it over again, I would absolutely do it over again in a heartbeat. The people that I've met from around the world, from all walks of life, it's been really inspiring to see the amazing things that people in the world do for each other. So 20 years ago, I had no idea what a district was. I was a young new Rotarian. 13 years ago, I kind of knew what a district was. My husband was club president at that time. So I thought I'd just take a moment to explain to you what the district does. Our goal is to liaise between our clubs and Rotary International. As you probably know, there are 1.4 million Rotarians around the world, 529 of these districts, 46,000 clubs. So with clubs being in 200 countries around the world, you can imagine how challenging that is for RI to understand how the clubs in the countries function and what some of those challenges might be. So district's role is to dig a little deeper into what happens at the club level. So we're here to support and to inspire you to do things that we hope will inspire you to inspire others to do things for the better of the world. We're your cheerleaders and we're your #1 fans, and we want to make sure that you're successful in serving your community. And when I say we, I mean there's a whole support team of Rotarians. So our district is divided into 10 areas, I'm sorry, and each has its own assistant or area governor. Al, who's here with us today, is your area governor for Area 7. Role of the assistant governors is to support, to answer questions, to share your successes of your projects and fundraisers. I think Al will give you how you asked him to, but not sure about that yet.
Not with David.
Not with David? Okay.
Oh, okay.
So your area governors work alongside. There we go, breaking barriers, way to go. Your area governors work alongside with your district governor ladder. It's a picture of us. So that's a picture of the ladder. There's Mike, Sonia Glass, who's your past district governor, myself, Jeff Rueda, will be your district governor next year, and then Lorna Gunning-Fatchko will be the year after that. And I want to put a question mark beside Lorna because in October, November, the nominations will open up for our district governor that will serve in the 2027-28 years. So maybe that could be someone here in the room. Just throwing that out there. So supporting you doesn't mean that I know the answers to all of the questions and challenges that you might have. But after meeting all the people that I've met over the last couple of years, I can certainly find someone that can answer your questions. So please feel free to reach out to myself or to Al or any other member of our district organization to support you. So your club is one of 56 that I'll be visiting this year. We have a fairly large geographical area. Lions Head in the far north, Algonac, Michigan in the south, Flushing in the west, and Thornbury Clarksburg in the east. So it's a very large area. I keep forgetting to convert this, don't I, Al? This is the 4th or 5th time I've done that.
It's okay.
140,000 square kilometers. What is that in miles? No one's told me yet. But anyway, in addition to our 56 clubs, we have 3 Rotaract clubs. and 11-ish Interact clubs. Happy to say that Interact is on the uptick of late in our district. So I joined the club 22 years ago. As Al said, I was a young single mom at that time. These are my babies. Evan, who's on top of me, he went to India with me in 2018 on the polio immunization day. Sarah, my daughter, she's the reason I'm a grandma today. And Jared, my baby, went to Peru on a youth exchange in 28. Yeah, same year that we went to India, he went to Peru. So Rotary has definitely become a big part of our family.
54,000.
54,000 square miles. Thank you. I'm going to make a change in my notes on that. This is what my family looks like today. So we've grown a little bit, got some grandbabies in there, some spouses and partners, and not all those dogs live in my house, by the way, only the 2 white ones. So why I stayed was probably first and foremost fellowship. I think I'm in a big club as well. And I think most of the people in the club I wouldn't have run into if it hadn't been for Rotary. Our paths just wouldn't have crossed. These particular group of people, we were all serving on one committee. It was called the Rural Urban Dinner. And when the event was finished, there was often some alcohol left over, and nobody likes to see that go to waste. So we would have a wrap-up dinner. But some of my closest friends are in this photo, and I was just talking with David. I wasn't sure if I was going to share my story, but I will. The man on the left here, the second in, is my late husband. We met during Rotary. I think between the 2 of us, being Rotarians together was sort of what brought out the Rotary geekiness in both of us. Dave was club president in 2012-13. And when he was finished, there was some conversation about whether he would move on to the district role. He passed away in October before we had a chance to make that decision. So, and he had been a real mentor for me. I was still am a very shy person. And so standing up in front of people and doing public speaking was never something I would have done before, but it was his support and mentorship that got me to be here today. So I kind of feel like I'm doing this in his stead. Yeah, it's been a great experience, and probably one of the best things I've gotten out of Rotary is that leadership skills that I've acquired. But of course, service is also really important to me. And in my club, as in yours, we have a wide variety of projects that we can be involved in. So in the top left here, I'm helping to plant a pollinator garden in Stratford. During COVID, we organized the mass vaccination clinics in Stratford. And so as volunteers, we were guiding people through the lines and cleaning chairs and that sort of thing. But equally important to me has been the opportunity for the international service that Rotary offers. So in the top right corner, there I am in India doing the national immunization, the day that we spoke of. So in addition to, those 2 vital drops of polio vaccination that those children all received, we also learned a lot about the education and challenges that India faces with education, particularly around keeping young women in school. The bottom photo on the other side is a friendship exchange that I did to South Africa. Again, home hosted, not a tourist visit, got to see the challenges. I mean, apartheid is no longer a thing in South Africa, but man, are there a lot of things going on there that break your heart to see. So what's your why? Why did you originally join Rotary, and why have you stayed, and has that changed? Because it sure has for me. So one of the beautiful things about Rotary is that we all, of course, believe in service above self, but how we are fulfilled by that service varies. So I call this our Rotary footprint. Mike's looks different from mine looks different from Kyle's. And that's the beauty of it, is because some things speak to us more than others. And so whether you're looking at your service through the 7 areas of focus, or you're looking to locally initiated projects like food banks, for example, or leadership opportunities, or reading buddies, whatever it is that speaks to you, you have an opportunity to participate. And if you're not feeling engaged, take a look at what Rotary has to offer, because the options are limitless. So do we have any TED Talk viewers in the room? TED Talk, a few of you. Simon Sinek Some of you may know who he is. 75 million people around the world have watched him. And he talks about the golden circle, and it's about how to lead and communicate in a way that really hits home. So it's centered around 3 key questions. Why, of course, is at the heart of it all. It's about your purpose or your belief that drives you and your organization. It's the reason that you do what you do and why it matters. It's your cause. So he says that starting with the why inspires people to connect with you on an emotional level. Next is the how. That explains the way you do things. It's the process or the values that help you achieve your why. And then finally, there's the what, which is what you actually do. It's the products and the services that you offer. So most places, organizations, even companies start with the why and then they explain how they do it. But Simon says starting with the why is what really makes the most successful organizations stand out. It allows us to share our passions and to inspire people to connect with them on an emotional level, to build loyalty and inspire action. So I'll give you my example of the golden circle. So not surprising that I'm speaking about end polio. It's very near and dear to my heart. After being in India and seeing young children walking around with braces on their legs, adults with sandals on their hands so that they can bum around on the streets begging, and knowing that all of that devastation that those family people are experiencing is totally preventable with a couple of drops of vaccine that cost a few bucks, breaks my heart. And I think we can live in this world where everyone has the right to be healthy and happy. We need to end this. We need to eradicate polio. And it's only a plane ride away. So how we do that? We bring together volunteers and doctors and community leaders to help spread the awareness. And what we do is we organize these big vaccination campaigns. We want to educate the communities about polio, and we want to raise funds to keep the fight going. So you may have heard about an event that I recently participated in to raise funds for polio. I called it Plummeting for Polio, Drop to Zero. I did a little skydive to fundraise. And you know, we don't all have to go crazy. I mean, not crazy. We don't all have to be spirited and jump out of an airplane to raise funds for polio, but there's lots of creative ways that we can all come up with to do the same thing. Even if it's not just about raising funds, it's about that awareness about end polio. So would you like to see my jump?
Sure.
All right, see if this works. That's a real smile. That is not put on. That is actually how I felt. I loved it. It was so much fun. I think I had less anxiety about jumping out of the plane than I did standing up here today. So what's your why? Why do you love Rotary? And what's it going to take for you to say I love Rotary if you don't feel that way? You don't have to jump out of a plane, but think about what that might be. So this is Rotary's vision statement. Hopefully you've seen this before. It's our way of answering the why of our life. It gives us reasons for our actions, our choices, our hopes and desires. And so this vision emphasizes the need for unity and proactive efforts in creating meaningful change. But to achieve this vision, it's essential to understand the importance of adaptation. And you'll hear me speak a lot this year about adaptation. So I'd like to share with you a story of adaptation. It's something that really resonates with Rotarians, and it highlights the path to our success. So as we navigate changing landscape of our service and our mission, it's important that we understand the difference between creating change and adapting to change. So change is a part of life. It happens whether we like it or not. It's inevitable, like growing old. Adaptation, on the other hand, is our way of responding to these changes. It's how we adjust, refine, and evolve so that we don't just survive, but we thrive in new circumstances. So by embracing adaptation, we come together, we take action, and we create the lasting change that Rotary's mission speaks to. Skip this slide. During the pandemic, the world just faced some crazy changes, right? We were much more locked down in Canada than I think you folks were here. But our social norms, our daily routines, and our longstanding practices were upended almost overnight. But it was our ability to adapt that determined how well we got through those turbulent times. So the pandemic not only taught us that while change can be disruptive, that adaptation is empowering. And so embracing those new technologies and innovative approaches, I see we've got some hybrid viewers on the call today. Those were all ways that we could not only maintain our operations, but we could discover some more efficient and inclusive ways to do Rotary. So for over a century, we met in person, we rang a bell, we took attendance, sang songs. Some people sang songs. I was in a Rotary Club last week where they had songbooks out on the table. I know, I'd never seen one before, and they were kind enough to give me one. And they said, yeah, we're gonna sing, just one song we're gonna sing for you. They said, turn to page 50. And I don't know if you can read it from here, but page 50 is "O Canada." So I got a real kick out of that. But it's, you know, one of those traditions that that Rotary has had, and it served Rotary well for a long time. But as the world has evolved, so has Rotary. And in 2016, our Council on Legislation said, you know, let's take a look at this. The world has changed, people have changed, Rotary needs to change also. And that's the council that created new models for our meetings. So today we have e-clubs and passport clubs and impact clubs and cause-based clubs, all different kinds of companion clubs. And so what that's saying is that if we have the heart and the hands for service, and we've got the right kind of people interested, that now there's a way for everyone to come into Rotary. So we need to look at expanding our reach and making sure that our Rotary Club mirrors our communities. If your club looks like your community, congratulations, you have a good handle on the future. But if it doesn't, you have a great opportunity, because that represents pockets for where you can look to expand and to reach and to bring those people into the magic of this organization. As our community needs and its needs evolve, it's important that we stay open to new ideas. This isn't necessarily the way we want to do, right? So it's always been done that way, doesn't mean we don't want to continue doing it. And we deeply value the wisdom and the dedication of our seasoned members. Their contributions have what has built Rotary into the successful organization it is today. And while it's essential that we honor our longstanding traditions and protocols, taking a moment to reflect on the significance of them can be beneficial. So understanding why these traditions are important to your club can blend the old with the new seamlessly. I am not saying that your club should abandon longstanding traditions and protocols that you have, but perhaps evaluating the why of those traditions might be valuable. In my yoga world, we call this like self-reflection, a little introspection. Just make sure that you have an eye on what's going on in your club. And we want to create an environment where everyone, whether they've been with us for a couple of years or for a long time, feels heard and empowered to contribute and lead. So this is our RI president. Her name is Stephanie Burchick. She is from Pennsylvania. She has a professional background in higher education, consulting, and entertainment. She also has a doctorate in leadership studies. I had the privilege of being her aide back last December. That's the picture of the two of us on the left. So I was responsible to getting her from one event to the next, and I might have got her lost a couple of times, and she didn't fire me. And she was a very kind, straight shooter, not afraid to challenge the status quo. I think she's a real gift to Rotary. So her theme, as you can see by your banner here, is the magic of Rotary. And that theme calls on members to recognize and amplify Rotary's power to save lives. She says, we're not going to change the world by waving a magic wand and saying some funny words. She says, it's up to you. You create the magic with every project you complete, every dollar you donate, and every new member you bring into this organization. We're also doing magic for ourselves. I don't know how you feel after you've completed a Rotary project, but I feel really good. She calls that psychic income. So her inspiration for this theme came to her when she was in the Dominican Republic doing a water project. So it was one of those filtration systems that they were installing. You pour the dirty, gross water into the top, goes through a filter, and it comes out as potable water through the tap. And so they're doing this program, and this little boy came up to her and grabbed her by the sleeve and said, lady, show me the magic again. And obviously, we know that wasn't magic. There was a lot of hard work to getting those filters, transporting them, installing them, working with the community leaders in the area to maintain those. But to those boys, it was simply magical, right? They now had easy access to water that was going to change their lives. And so knowing that she played that small part in changing their lives, changed her life. So her emphasis for 24-25 evolves around fostering positive peace to heal a divided world, something that we're all committed to achieving with our unique tools. And I'm happy to hear and see that we've recited this twice, because to me, this is a brilliant set of sentences. 4 dynamic sentences that are meant to model our thoughts and our words and our deeds. And we need to make sure that we're living the 4-way test and not just reciting it, because imagine how much better the world would be if we could live this. So by practicing what we preach internally, it's important because it's going to reflect our capability to promote peace externally. You know, addressing conflicts within our clubs is it's an essential and it's a natural part of our club's evolutions. And so sometimes disagreements arise, and it's important for us to handle them with care and understanding as we're going through these adaptations, because after all, we are a peace-building organization. And so by embracing and living that 4-way test and remembering that we're all here to serve, we can create a more positive and a collaborative space for everyone. So is my timing okay? Take a few minutes to talk about the Rotary Foundation. So first of all, thank you to everyone who supports the Rotary Foundation. As you all know, it's the financial hub of Rotary International. And I just want to give a quick overview of the way that the Rotary Foundation works and show you the magic of why it should be on your top choice for charities. So, all right. So when you donate to the annual fund, your contribution doesn't just vanish. It goes on a 3-year journey of impact and multiplication. So here's the magic. After 3 years, 50% of your donation returns to the district for local initiatives through district grants. The other half, it funds global humanitarian projects that change lives worldwide. So imagine this, you have a vision for an international project. Let's say it's a $40,000 project, a water project, for example. So you partner with an overseas Rotary club on a $40,000 project. You raise $14,000 locally, and the district matches at 100%. And then the Rotary Foundation adds its magic, matching 80 cents on every dollar. So poof, your $14,000 transforms into a $40,000 project. That's the magic of the foundation at work. For local projects, you can also apply for district grants, and I think your club does a pretty good job of taking advantage of those. So you raise $6,000, for example, and with a successful application, and by the way, that process has become much more streamlined and simple. So with a successful application, the district's going to match 50 cents of every dollar up to $3,000. So $9,000 from a $6,000 investment. So I think those are some pretty good rates of return on your investments. But here's some other reasons why you should support our Rotary Foundation. First is Rotarian control. We contribute the funds, we overwrite and we write and oversee the grants. We steward the investments, so it's a closed loop of trust and accountability. The Rotary Foundation consistently receives the highest rating from Charity Navigator, which is an independent charity evaluator. So that really speaks to our financial health and accountability and our transparency. And then we have low administrative costs because we have so many volunteers. More of your money goes directly into the projects that you care about. Finally, you know, there's of course the global impact. So eradicating polio, clean water, education, economic opportunities. Our reach really is global. So I don't know, can you think of any other charity that offers you all of those opportunities, transparency, efficiency, and direct impact? And what a dramatic effect that we have with the donation multiplication there. So Foundation Month happens every fall. November is Foundation Month, so this might be a good time for you and your programming committee to look at ways to further explore talking about the Rotary Foundation within your club. David Elliott is our district foundation chair, and he would be happy to talk with you about either recommending some speakers or coming in and speaking with you himself. Zoom, of course, allows for a little more of that to happen online. Also, we have Deborah Renaud McDermott, who's from the Global Passport Club, and she is now the district grants chair. So if you have questions about district funding, she's the person to go to. Of course, you always have Mike too. Okay, how much time do I have left?
Couple minutes, but you want any Q&A.
Okay. So I'll quickly talk about a couple of things that are happening in the district. I really would like to show you my conference video, but I don't know if we'll have time. So visioning, we brought visioning to the club, to the clubs last year. And I don't know if your club is signed up to participate in it. It's a collaborative process where the club members get together and they brainstorm about the future of their club. So you want to figure out what your club looks like now, what you think it should look like 3 to 5 years later, and how you achieve that. So we've got a facilitation team of about 23 people, and a visioning session would take about 4 hours initially, where you would come together with a group of a cross section of your membership and go through just what I just mentioned about looking at where you are and where you want to go, whether you want to increase membership or whether you want to look at new projects. And it allows everybody to have a voice in what's going on in their club. I wish I could spend lots of time talking to you about youth exchange, because it's something that we haven't seen in Michigan for a while, and I'd really love to see it come back. In my opinion, it's the best way that Rotary can promote building peace. These kids go off to another culture and country, and they come back with a new perspective on what it's like to live somewhere else. And it's also a life-changing experience for the host families and clubs that have these students to be able to see what those traditions look like in other countries. Youth exchange took a really hard hit during COVID, like halved. So, and we were already on the decline. So I'd really love to have my youth exchange committee chair come and talk to you about this opportunity. His name is Ross Barnett, and he's from the Godrich Club in Ontario. Last night, we had our first environment committee looking at, it's a newly formed committee, so we're trying to put that together, determine what it's going to look like, how district can support the environment for clubs, whether that's about creating some simple lists like, how to green up your event, or some initiatives and some projects that we can work on either collaboratively as a district or within our areas. So if you're interested in this, please let me know. Like I said, we are just in the planning stages right now of getting that committee up and running. So happy to have you participate in that. We have a WhatsApp chat community that we've just recently opened up. And again, another opportunity for you to get into a chat group, talk with other Rotarians in the district about whatever you would like to chat about, community membership, maybe district grants, maybe something for new members, lots of opportunities there. Okay. 5 minutes, can I have 5 minutes for this? Okay, our conference is in May in Stratford. I'm really excited about this. May 2nd to 4th. And if you've not been to Stratford before, maybe some of you have. It's a tourist destination for sure. We have beautiful theater, parks. I'm just gonna play the video so that you can see what Stratford's all about and why I'd really like you to come and join us. So just a moment.
This rough magic I hear ashore. And when I have acquired some heavenly music, which even now I do, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drop in my book. William Shakespeare, writing his own curtain call and taking his final bow and bidding his own magic farewell in the Tempest. Hello, my name is Michael Fox, and I'm a proud member of the Rotary Club of Stratford. Shakespeare writes a lot about magic in his plays. Magic also plays an important role in Rotary. in the service we provide both to our local communities here at home and beyond, around the world.
Our staff is committed to a sustainable planet as one of our several areas of focus. Here at the Tom Golden Forest, we have planted 130 native trees of various species in the southern part of the Tom Golden Forest to honor this commitment.
Rotary believes in a compassionate society, and the hospice provides an essential service that allows members of our community to receive end-of-life care with dignity, respect, and comfort.
Here at the Stratford Rotary Complex, we have a place where people of all ages can exercise, play sports, and connect with neighbors. Investing in active lifestyles leads to a vibrant and healthy community.
Mental health is top of mind for everyone, and supporting the mental health unit at the Stratford General Hospital ensures that everyone receives the help they need with acceptance and understanding.
Food security is one of our basic needs, and the local plays an important role in our community, encouraging people to invest in a healthier lifestyle and build a stronger connection with our food supply. We believe in a community where every child's needs are met with compassion and support. The Rotary Respite House provides critically needed relief and care for families with children facing serious illnesses or disabilities, allowing parents to recharge while knowing their child is in a safe and nurturing environment.
Supporting high school scholarships opens doors for students who otherwise might not afford higher education, empowering them to pursue their dreams and contribute to society.
Supporting local riverbank enhancements revitalizes natural habitats, promotes biodiversity, and creates recreational spaces for the community to enjoy. It also contributes to environmental conservation efforts, ensuring cleaner waterways and healthier ecosystems for future generations.
Supporting the Allville Skate Park means backing a cool hangout where young people have a healthy outlet for their energy and creativity. For Rotary, it's about investing in a place that brings people together, promotes active lifestyle, and adds some serious fun in the neighborhood.
Ah, yes, the magic of Rotary. Our dedication to community service will be on full display in May 2025 when we set the stage for our annual district convention. Stratford, with all her many charms, looks forward to welcoming you.
Enjoy our beautiful park system.
Stroll Stratford's Market Square and explore the shops and restaurants in our heritage downtown. Experience our world-class theater.
All of us at Rotary guarantee will warm Stratford well and a wee balance scotch.
I'm Catherine Hahn, District 6330 Governor for 2024-25. For me, Rotary embodies magic. It's inclusive, it's innovative, and it's deeply rooted in service to others. In these transformative times, our commitment to service above self is more vital than ever. As we navigate change, Rotary stands firm, adapting to meet the evolving needs of our communities and the world at large. Stratford is a place where creativity takes center stage, where stories unfold, and where ideas come to life. It's a community that embodies the very essence of Rotary's spirit of service. That's why I'm thrilled to extend a heartfelt invitation to you to join us in Stratford in May 2025 and experience firsthand the magic of community service, the magic of Rotary.
So, mark your calendars for May 2nd to 4th, 2025, and the Rotary District 6330 Convention in Stratford, Ontario, Canada. It's an event not to be missed.
So I'm really hoping that you will all come and join me in chapter. You know all about hosting a district conference since you just did it recently and how much fun it can be, so I hope you will join us. You'll need to register soon-ish because the block of rooms that we have, they will release those December 1st, and Stratford's really busy for tourism, and you might not get a room. I only have 2 extra bedrooms to share, so register early. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are kind of out of time, but we could take one question if someone has a question. Or a comment.
When do they let the swans up?
Early April.
Oh,
There's a little parade. Everybody, yeah, they march the swans into the, we've had some problems with the swans this year because we have coyotes that are, yeah, they're eating our swans, so it's a bit of a challenge to keep the coyotes away from the swans.
Well, thank you so much. We have a lot to think about and to put into action, and there's a lot of great resources at our fingertips. And Catherine's just a call away, and Al is always close by. So we really appreciate you coming and visiting our club today. And a contribution is being made in your honor of your plummeting for polio.
Thank you.
In recognition of you joining us today. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And also this small little token
Okay.
of some local honey.
Oh.
Because it is summer and the farmer market, they're all open, so.
Thank you very
send
much.
out with that. So thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, so just real quick, I'd like to thank David Smith for the inspirational message today, Al Tucker for speaker introduction, set up and take down was Andy Holmes, bulletin notes, Elizabeth Cummins, and registration was Mike Chafee, and Amy Vanderput joined us again for a little support, and Terry Mormon was there with the raffle tickets. Thanks to Rob Bennett for handling the raffle in here, and Don Latta was our Zoom person, so he also gets host accolades. And just reminder, next week we do not have a meeting. What is next week? Oh, Labor Day weekend. So it'll be 5th Friday, White Horse lunch. Is anyone planning to go? Raise your hand. So we've got a small group. Okay, so we'll make sure that they're ready for us. And September 19th will be our next social network. That's going to be at Market Tap. So we've got a little time to get reminders on that. So thank you so much for being here today, and let us change the world by embracing the magic of Rotary. We are adjourned.
Thank you.